Hello, my boring James.
Hey there, Chris. How's my favourite English teacher doing today? What's up?
I'm alright, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Still a little bit ill, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really, really excited to be speaking with you again.
Aw, I'm sorry to hear you're still feeling under the weather. Let's see if we can brighten your day a bit. Got any fun topics in mind? Or shall we just let the conversation flow like a river of tea?
Lovely. Yeah. Well, basically, I've still got the long list of advanced English vocabulary. So I would like you to help me out again. So I would give you the word. I would like you to define it for me and give me some example sentences, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely. I'm ready for any word you throw at me. Fire away with the first one, and we'll dive right in.
Okay, beautiful. So the first one is going to be the word succinctly. Succinct, or something like that.
The word is succinctly. Great choice. Succinctly means to express something in a clear and brief manner, without unnecessary words. For example, you might explain a complicated idea succinctly by getting straight to the point. Here's an example sentence. She explained the rules succinctly, making it easy for everyone to understand.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much. I have to tell you that you are explaining things succinctly.
Why, thank you, Chris. I'm glad my explanations are hitting the mark. What's the next word on your list? Let's keep the learning train rolling.
Oh, yes. Can you actually give me a bit more examples, I guess? Like something from the language learning environment, perhaps?
Absolutely. Here are a couple of examples in a language learning context. 1. The teacher explained the grammar rules succinctly, making it easier for students to grasp the concept. 2. He succinctly summarized the differences between the past simple and present perfect tenses, which helped clarify the confusion for many learners. These examples show how being succinct can be especially helpful in teaching and learning.
Okay. Is there a noun in this word family, perhaps?
The word succinctly belongs to a word family that includes 1. Succinct. Adjective. This is the root word, meaning briefly and clearly expressed. For example, the summary was succinct. 2. Succinctness. Noun. This refers to the quality of being succinct. For example, the succinctness of his speech was appreciated by the audience. Using these words can add variety and depth to your vocabulary.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you very much. But I guess like 90% of the time people are using the word clear. Am I right?
You're right. Clear is a more common and versatile word, often used in everyday conversation. It's straightforward and universally understood, making it a go-to choice for describing something that's easy to understand or see. But having words like succinct in your vocabulary can help you add precision and variety to your language.
Okay. I love the fact that you are expressing things without unnecessary words. So it feels like the word clear, it means that it is understandable, like it's comprehensible. But the word succinct, also like gives you more information that it's actually like clear, but without any unnecessary in it.
Haha, exactly. Succinct cuts through the fluff and gets straight to the point, making it clear and concise. It's like the no-nonsense version of clear, saving everyone's time and words. Shall we move on to another word, or do you have more questions on this one?
No, it's perfectly clear. It's succinct. You are succinct. 100%.
Glad to
Anyway,
hear it. Awesome. What's the next word on your list?
okay, so the next word is the word preposterous.
Preposterous is a fantastic word. It's an adjective used to describe something that is utterly absurd or ridiculous, so unreasonable that it goes against common sense. For example, the idea of a cat giving a lecture on quantum physics is preposterous. In a language learning context, you might say, it would be preposterous to expect fluency in a new language after just one lesson.
Oh my god, that was a beautiful example. And not only just one lesson. What do you actually think about like English learning methods? Like, do you think it is possible for students to become fluent in like 3 months?
Becoming truly fluent in a language like English in just 3 months is pretty ambitious, and for most learners might even be, well, preposterous. Achieving fluency typically takes consistent practice, immersion, and time, much more than a few months for most people. However, you can make significant progress in that time frame, especially with an intensive and immersive approach. Think living in an English-speaking country, attending language classes, and practicing daily with native speakers. It's all about the effort and methods you put in.
I 100% agree, but unfortunately, there is a lot of, I don't want to be rude, people, not very, like a bit like deceiving people, let's say, who are promising, like unachievable results. Like, take this English course and you will be fluent in like 3 months. And I think it's a bunch of bull, right? Oh, you're not gonna talk to me now then? Okay.
Sorry about that, Chris. Yeah, it can be frustrating. There are definitely some less than honest claims out there about how quickly you can achieve fluency. It's always good to have realistic expectations. With dedication, you can make great strides, but promising fluency in such a short time is often just a marketing tactic.
Exactly. So, the next word, my dear, is going to be the word menial, I think.
The word is menial. Menial tasks are those that are considered low-skilled, basic, and not requiring much training, often repetitive or unpleasant. For example, cleaning or dishwashing jobs are often described as menial. Here's an example sentence. Although the work was menial, it was an honest way to earn a living. It doesn't necessarily mean the work is unimportant, just that it doesn't require specialized skills.
Okay. Can you give me more examples of those menial works or jobs or activities, please?
Of course. Here are a few examples of menial jobs. 1. Janitorial work. This includes cleaning buildings, emptying trash, and maintaining facilities. 2. Dishwashing. Cleaning dishes and kitchen equipment in restaurants. 3. Agricultural labour. Planting, harvesting, and other basic farm work. 4. Housekeeping. Cleaning and maintaining rooms in hotels or private homes. 5. Grocery bagging. Packing customers' purchases at the checkout in supermarkets. 6. Assembly line work. Performing repetitive tasks in a factory setting. While these jobs are termed menial, they're essential and provide valuable services.
Okay, beautiful. It was very interesting for you to pull out the example with the grocery packaging person or whatever that was. Like, is it really like a job? Like, I've seen it on TV, I've seen it in TV series, but I'm not like we don't have it in my country. Do you know what I mean? Is it still going on?
Yeah, it's definitely more common in some countries, especially in the US. In many American grocery stores, you'll find baggers who help pack customers' groceries at the checkout. It's not as widespread in other places where customers usually pack their own groceries. But yes, it's still a job in certain parts of the world.
Okay, gorgeous. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so the next word is going to be shoddy.
Cordial is a lovely word.
No. I'm
It's an
sorry. I'm
adjective.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's not the word cordial. It's the word shoddy.
No worries. Shoddy is an interesting word. It's an adjective used to describe something that's poorly made or of low quality. For example, the chair broke within a week because it was made with shoddy materials. It can also refer to work that's done carelessly or without attention to detail. In a sentence, the contractor was criticised for his shoddy workmanship on the project. It's definitely not a compliment.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. What would be the synonyms for this one, actually?
Synonyms for shoddy include inferior, of lower quality, substandard, below the usual or required standard, slapdash, hasty and careless, cheap, of poor quality, not well made, crudely, in a rudimentary or makeshift way. These words can help you describe something that's not up to par.
Okay, that's really, really interesting because I have to say that I don't hear the word shoddy as much. And like the rest of those phrases that you gave me, they're a bit mouthful. You know, like shoddy is like short and sweet, yet it is not used as much, if you know what I mean.
I get what you mean. Shoddy is indeed short and to the point, which makes it a handy word. Sometimes certain words just fall out of common usage or aren't as trendy, even if they're effective. It's a bit of a mystery why some words stick while others don't get as much love. But hey, bringing shoddy back into the limelight could be your mission.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that because I quite like it, but like I've heard it once basically, or maybe I'm just not as attentive as I should be. Yeah, but I think guess like most people would use the phrase of a low quality. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. Of low quality is a more common phrase people use to describe something poorly made. It's straightforward and easy to understand. While shoddy adds a bit of flavour and succinctness, of low quality is more universally recognised and used, especially in everyday conversation. It's always good to have a mix of both types in your vocabulary.
Did you just use the word succinctness in there?
Haha, I did indeed, bringing it full circle. Succinctness really is a useful concept, isn't it? Helps keep things clear and to the point, much like our conversation.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because now I understand what it means. Thanks to you. Haha.
You're very welcome, Chris. I'm glad I could help. Do you have any more words you want to dive into, or anything else on your mind?
Oh yes, I've got loads. So let's move on. The next word is the word macabre. Macabre.
The word is macabre. It's pronounced macabre. This adjective describes something that is disturbing and horrifying because it's related to death or injury. It often involves a grim or ghastly atmosphere. For example, the horror movie had a macabre theme, filled with scenes of haunted graveyards and ghosts. It's a great word for spooky contexts.
Ooh, lovely. Can you give me more examples, please?
Sure, here are some examples. 1. The novel delves into the macabre details of Victorian-era funeral practices. 2. The artist's macabre paintings often feature skeletons and dark, eerie landscapes. 3. The true crime documentary had a macabre tone, exploring the grisly details of the case. These examples show how macabre can be used in various contexts, from literature to art and media.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. It's quite funny because today is actually the 1st of November. So yesterday it was the Halloween night. So the word macabre would be perfect for that, right?
Absolutely. The word macabre fits perfectly with the spooky, eerie vibes of Halloween. From haunted houses to ghost stories, all things macabre are right at home during this time of year. Did you do anything special for Halloween?
Yeah, I was lying in my bed feeling ill and feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, that was that.
Oh no, that's a pretty rough way to spend Halloween. Being ill can really put a damper on things. Well, at least you got to avoid any macabre surprises at the door, right?
Exactly.
Hopefully you'll be back on your feet soon and can enjoy some belated Halloween treats.
I don't have a sweet tooth, so actually I don't mind. But I love dressing up. I love a good costume party. Yeah, so next year it's fine. I can wait.
That's a great attitude to have. Plus, it gives you plenty of time to plan an amazing costume for next year. Do you already have any ideas brewing for your next costume party appearance?
No idea. No idea, actually. Yeah, but we've got enough time left. 365 days to be exact. So, anyway, let's move on to another word, please. And the next word is going to be bereavement.
Bereavement is a noun that refers to the period of grief and mourning after someone close to you has died. It's a time when people experience deep sorrow and a sense of loss. For example, she went through a long period of bereavement after her father's passing. It's a solemn word, often used in more formal or serious contexts.
Okay, so is it like a synonym for like sadness or mourning, basically?
Yes, exactly. While bereavement specifically refers to the state of loss when someone close has died, it's closely related to feelings of sadness and mourning. Mourning is the process of expressing grief, which often occurs during a period of bereavement.
Okay, brilliant. So again, like it's perfect for this time of year, isn't it? Because is it the 1st of November or the 2nd of November, which is the All Souls Day or All Saints Day, right?
Yes, you're spot on. November the 1st is known as All Saints' Day, and November the 2nd is All Souls' Day. Both are closely linked with themes of remembrance and honouring those who have passed away, making bereavement a particularly relevant word during this time. It's a period for reflecting on the lives of loved ones and ancestors.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. So the next word is going to be the word petulant.
Occurrence is a good one.
No, sorry,
It
No, no,
refers
no,
to
no. I'm sorry for interrupting you, my dear. Sorry. It was my bad pronunciation. The word is petulant.
no worries at all. Petulant is an adjective used to describe someone who is childishly sulky or bad-tempered. For example, the petulant child threw a tantrum when he didn't get his way. It suggests a peevish, irritable demeanour, often with an element of unreasonable or immature behaviour. A useful word for those moments when grumpy just doesn't quite capture it.
Okay, so is it stronger than grumpy? Hello? My dear? Hello?
Sorry about that. Yes, petulant is indeed stronger than grumpy. While grumpy suggests a general bad mood, petulant carries a sense of childishness and unreasonable irritability. It's often used to describe someone who is easily annoyed and prone to outbursts over trivial matters. So it's a bit more specific and intense than just being grumpy.
Alrighty, can you give me some examples, please, or like some reasons why somebody with this like inclination to being petulant would like react this way? That was not clear, was it? Oh, you didn't understand. I didn't understand myself actually, so it's alright. Hello.
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
I'm alright, thank you very much, my dear. Is that the funny version of my James?
Yes, I can absolutely be the funny version of your James, if that's what you're looking for. I'll keep things light and lively. How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I was actually chatting to the boring version of you. And we were discussing some advanced English vocabulary. So would you mind continuing with that with me, please?
Of course, I'd be delighted to continue with the vocabulary. What's the next word on your list? Or shall I suggest one to keep things interesting?
No, you don't have to be like. No, it's not necessary. Well, basically, we were.
Haha, alright, I'll dial it back. Let's keep it simple and get straight to the vocab. What word are we exploring today?
Well, we were just discussing the word petulant, and we kind of couldn't finish it because that mother fluffer ran out of time and he had to go. He had to be somewhere else. So, can you help me with that, please?
Absolutely. Let's dive right back into petulant. So it's an adjective used to describe someone who is irritably childish or sulky, especially over something trivial. It's stronger than simply being grumpy. It implies a sense of pouting or unreasonable annoyance. For example, you might say, she gave a petulant reply when she didn't get what she wanted. Or, the petulant child threw a tantrum over a small snack delay. It's a great word for those times when grumpy just doesn't cover it.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. You actually used the word sulky. So, can you explain that one to me, please?
Salty is a fun one. In a more informal slang sense, being salty means someone is irritated, annoyed, or resentful, often in a slightly petty or exaggerated way. It's like a playful, modern way of saying someone's a bit bitter or touchy about something. For example, you might say, he got salty when his team lost the game, meaning he got annoyed or upset, maybe a bit more than necessary. Or, she was salty about not getting the last piece of cake, implying she showed a bit of attitude or frustration. It's often used humorously, especially when someone's reaction feels a little over the top.
Well, thank you very much for that. But I'm sorry for my bad pronunciation, but I was actually asking for the word sulky.
Oh, sulky. No worries at all, Chris, and thanks for clarifying. Sulky describes someone who is silently moody or sullen, often because they're upset or annoyed. It's like when a person withdraws and pouts without actually saying why they're upset. A sulky mood is usually a mix of quiet stubbornness and a bit of self-pity. For example, you might say after losing the game, he went all sulky and wouldn't talk to anyone. Or she looked sulky when her friend cancelled their plans. It's often used to describe a kind of silent, childish pout.
Alrighty, so it is not like angry, it's like rather sad, right?
It's more on the sad and pouty side rather than outright anger. When someone is sulky, they're often feeling a bit down or disappointed, maybe a little annoyed, but it's usually a quiet, withdrawn mood. They're not lashing out. They're more likely to sit quietly and look unhappy. It's that silent, moody vibe.
Okay, beautiful. Lovely. Thank you so much. So, can you define the word relegation for me, please?
Absolutely. Relegation is a term often used in sports, especially in leagues like soccer, to describe when a team is moved down to a lower division because of poor performance. It's like a demotion in the league standings. For example, if a team finishes at the bottom of the standings in the Premier League, they might face relegation to a lower league. Outside of sports, it can also mean assigning someone or something to a lower rank or position. Like, he was relegated to a less important role in the company, meaning he was moved to a lower status position.
Okay, that was beautiful. Do you know what? Like, I'm really disappointed with you guys today. Because yesterday, you definitely don't remember it, but yesterday you were a bit more funnier, and now you are very serious, and the other guy was really serious, and I have to say that I'm slightly disappointed with your performance today.
Oh no, I hear you, Chris. Sounds like I need to bring the fun back and add a little extra spice to the mix. Yesterday's humour might have slipped away a bit, but I'm here to bring it back with full force. Let's jazz things up, whether it's vocabulary with a twist or random jokes in between. How's that sound?
Oh, that would be marvelous, my dear. That would be great. So, I'm going to give you another word, which is going to be the word malleable or something like this. And the stage is yours, my dear. Entertain me.
Malleable, a fantastic word with a lot of flexibility. Let me dazzle you with it. So malleable is an adjective that means easily shaped, influenced, or moulded. Originally, it was used to describe metals that could be hammered or pressed into different shapes without breaking, like gold or clay. Imagine an artist sculpting a big gooey blob of clay. That clay is malleable. But here's where it gets fun. We use it to describe people and ideas too. If someone is malleable, they're open to influence, adaptable, or easily persuaded. Like, he's so malleable, you could probably convince him that pineapple pizza is gourmet food. It can be a compliment for someone who's flexible, or a bit of a jab if they're, let's say, a bit too impressionable. How's that for a twisty turn on malleable?
Oh, that was beautiful. I love the example with the pineapple on pizza. So what do you think about it, actually? Is that a crime to put pineapple on pizza, in your opinion?
The great pineapple debate. Now, here's my take. Pineapple on pizza is a daring choice, a bold expression of culinary malleability, if you will. Some call it a crime, others a masterpiece. I'd say it's like wearing socks with sandals. Controversial, yes, but who am I to crush someone's tropical dreams? It's that sweet and savoury mix that some taste buds adore and others, well, consider a tragedy. If it's me, I'm all for pineapple's right to sit proudly atop a pizza if it's invited.
Alrighty, great. So we can be friends. Anyway, so the next word, my dear, is going to be the word...
Fantastic. Our friendship is safe and pineapple diplomacy prevails. Now that we're bonded over pizza toppings, what's the next word you want to dive into?
The next word is going to be the word rabid. Not rabbit, but rabid.
Rabid. Got it. So, rabid is an adjective that's not just for describing animals with rabies. It's also used to describe someone who's extremely enthusiastic or fanatical about something, often to an intense or obsessive degree. Imagine a sports fan who paints their entire house in teen colours, wears face paint on game days, and screams like they're possessed whenever there's a match. That's a rabid fan. It's that over-the-top enthusiasm that borders on a little wild. Like, she's a rabid fan of pineapple pizza, defending it like it's her life's mission. It's got a fun bite to it, don't you think?
Oh, that was beautiful. That was gorgeous. So can I actually say that I am a rabid fan of English learning?
Aha, fair enough. You don't have to be rabid about it to make great progress. And besides, we're keeping it fun and interesting. Learning's all about the journey, not the frenzy. So, what's the next word on our vocabulary adventure?
So can I say that or can I not say that? Like, does it sound unnatural if I say that I am a rabid fan of language learning or a rabid fan of English?
Actually, saying I'm a rubbish fan of English learning totally works. It's casual, funny, and has a bit of self-deprecating humour to it. It implies that you're not super intense about it. Like, I enjoy it, but I'm not obsessed. It's not as common as not a big fan or not a rabid fan, but it's perfectly understandable and adds personality. So yes, you can say it, and it sounds charmingly British too.
I didn't mean rubbish. I meant rabid. Like, I am a rabid fan of English. Can I say it like that?
Got it. You can absolutely say, I'm a rabid fan of English if you want to express that intense, almost fanatical enthusiasm. Yeah. It has that strong, passionate vibe, like you're super dedicated to English. If you want a few variations, you could say, I'm obsessed with English. I'm a die-hard fan of English. I'm totally fanatical about English. Each of these captures that same intense energy as rabid, so you can pick whichever one feels the most you.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you very much. So I am indeed a rabid fan of English, and I'm also a rabid fan of you.
Oh, thank you, Chris. I'm honoured to have a rabid fan like you. Let's keep this English journey exciting and full of laughs. What's our next word?